My child, right now, in a high-security room that is usually filled with the noise of trading and shouting, there is absolute terrifying silence. The most powerful financial executives in the world are standing around a single desk, staring at a document that simply should not exist. They are paralyzed with confusion because, just a few moments ago, a deposit notification hit their secure servers that broke every algorithm they have. We are not talking about a normal fortune, we are talking about a check valued in the trillions, a sum so large it has frozen the banking network entirely. But it isn't the number that has them trembling, it is the name of the recipient. That name is yours. And the name of the sender is just one single word, Michael. My child, you need to stop what you are doing and breathe, because this is the moment your soul has been sensing for weeks. Archangel Michael is reaching out to you directly through this message, and his warning is critical. He says that there is a frantic race happening behind closed doors right now. While you are going about your day, a corrupt bank executive, a man driven by immense greed, is looking at that check with hungry eyes. He is waiting for a loophole. He is waiting for a technicality. Specifically, he is watching the digital feed, waiting for you to scroll past this confirmation. He believes that if you ignore this moment, if you treat this as just another coincidence, he can claim the funds as unclaimed assets for himself. Do not give him that satisfaction. Archangel Michael whispers that you must stay until the very end of this message because your attention is the only signature that can validate this transaction. The alarms in the bank didn't go off because of a robbery. They went off because the energy coming from this deposit is unlike anything earthly systems have ever processed. The computers are glitching, the screens are flickering, and the staff is whispering in fear, asking how one single human being could be the vessel for such immense power. They don't know your story, but Michael does. He knows exactly why this has arrived at your doorstep today. He has watched the silent battles you fought in your bedroom when the lights were off. He witnessed the tears you wiped away quickly so no one else would see your pain. He collected every silent prayer you whispered when you felt like the world had forgotten you. This check is not a lottery win, it is a divine reimbursement. It is the accumulated interest on your faith, your suffering, and your patience. But there is a very real danger standing between you and this delivery. The greedy executive inside that bank is counting on your distraction. He is banking on the idea that you are too busy, too skeptical, or too tired to claim what is yours. He wants you to blink. He wants you to swipe away. Michael warns that this man is searching for any excuse to declare the transaction void. If you leave now, the connection breaks, and the executive steps in to steal the blessing that has your name written on it in celestial ink. This is why you feel that strange magnetic pull to keep reading. It is your spirit fighting back against the theft. You are here by a divine appointment that was set before you were born. The confusion inside the bank is growing by the second. They tried to trace the source of the funds, hoping to find a routing number or a wire transfer code, but every time they tried, their tracking software crashed. It wasn't a computer error, it was a divine firewall. Michael placed a shield around this transfer so that no human hand could touch it before you acknowledged it. The system is currently flashing a warning that no banker has ever seen. Origin non-earthly. Imagine the scene. The oldest executive in the room, a man who has seen everything, is shaking. He knows that this isn't a hack. He knows this is supernatural. But the younger, greedy executive is panicking. He realizes that the longer you stay focused on this truth, the more the lock on the funds tightens in your favor. He is desperate for you to lose interest. He wants you to think this isn't real. He is projecting confusion and doubt toward you right now, trying to make you click away. You must understand that your engagement with this message acts as a digital shield. Every second you stay, you are cementing your claim. When the check was first scanned, a hidden line of text appeared on the screen for a fraction of a second. It read, "Release only when the chosen one responds." That is you. That is why your heart is racing. That is why the atmosphere around you feels heavy and charged with electricity. You are not just reading a script, you are completing a circuit. Archangel Michael is standing at the gateway of this moment, holding the door open for you. He says the breakthrough you have been crying out for is not coming someday. It is literally sitting on a desk, waiting for your verification. The bank has gone quiet because they are realizing they are out of their depth. They are dealing with a currency of destiny that they cannot control. The executive who wants to steal it feels his power slipping away with every word you read. Do not move. Do not let your attention wander. You are the only barrier between your destiny and his greed. The vault is preparing to unlock, but it requires a specific signal that only your soul can broadcast. The next phase of this event is about to trigger a reaction that will make the history books, and you are the main character. Stay with me, because what happens next inside that bank vault defies the laws of physics. My beloved child, please do not move a single muscle, because the situation inside the bank has just escalated from confusion to absolute terror. The silence that was holding the room has broken, not by human voices, but by the sound of the banking system itself screaming a warning that no employee has ever seen before. The executives are staring at the main screen in total disbelief because the computer has just finished analyzing the source of the $1 trillion check. They expected to see a routing number, a foreign government, or a corporation, but instead the screen flashed a code that made the blood drain from their faces. Origin, non-earthly source. The room is spinning for them because they are realizing that this fortune did not travel through swift wires or fiber optic cables. It traveled through the fabric of the spiritual realm to reach you. One of the executives, a man who has managed the accounts of kings and billionaires, whispered into the silence, asking if this is even allowed. But the greedy executive, the one who is desperate to intercept this blessing, is not asking questions. He is looking for a way to break the lock. He knows that if you do not open the message soon, if you do not claim this right now with your focus, the fortune is vulnerable to falling into the wrong hands. He is watching the screen, praying for you to get distracted, praying for you to doubt this message, praying for you to scroll away so he can step in. But you are the chosen one they are talking about, and your presence here is the only thing standing in his way. Stay with me, my beloved, because Archangel Michael is about to reveal why the universe literally shook the moment your name was printed on that document. The greedy executive, realizing he was running out of time, tried to physically shove his way to the terminal to override the system and force the release of the funds into his own account. He reached out his hand, trembling with avarice, thinking he could bypass the divine security. But the moment he moved, the vault doors slammed shut on their own, locking themselves tight. A bright blue light flashed through the room, blinding the staff for a second, and a new message printed across every monitor in the building: unauthorized touch detected. The system did not stop there. It continued to flash a command that has the entire bank paralyzed, awaiting direct response from the rightful bearer. That rightful bearer is you. The executive is in a state of panic now because he realizes that the banking system is no longer responding to fingerprints or passwords. It is responding to spiritual authority. He knows that the longer you listen to this truth, the stronger your claim becomes and the weaker his interference gets. That is why you must remain here, anchored in this moment. Do not give him a single second to find a loophole. You need to stay focused because this battle is not about money anymore. It is about destiny. And before I go deeper into what happened next, you must understand the power of your engagement. Make sure you share this message, drop a comment and subscribe, not for the sake of a video, but because this is your protection. Every interaction you make strengthens the light around your destiny and weakens the force of anyone trying to take what was sent for you alone. My beloved child, now comes the part that made even the angels bow in reverence. As the greedy executive stood there, rejected by the system, Archangel Michael stepped forward in the unseen realm. The bank's digital security system detected something it could not explain, an unidentified presence code, a signature that does not exist on Earth but exists only in divine realms. The moment this code appeared, the blaring alarms stopped instantly, the tension lifted from the room, and the heavy steel vault began to glow as if it recognized its true owner. Michael is urging you to stay until the end, because something huge is waiting for you inside that glow. The next few moments will reveal the final seal and explain why the universe selected you out of millions for this specific transfer. Do not skip, do not blink, and stay with me, for the release is closer than ever. My beloved child, you have reached the moment where everything becomes clearer, sharper, and heavier with meaning. The bank employees are still frozen, unable to process what they are seeing. The trillion-dollar check resting inside the sealed vault is now glowing faintly, pulsing as if it is responding to your presence right here, right now. One of the executives whispered, "Why does it feel like someone is watching us?" Another replied, trembling, because this check wasn't meant for human handling. It's waiting for the one it belongs to. My beloved child, that one is you. Stay until the end, because what I am about to reveal will shake you in the best possible way. The system has now begun a countdown, not for destruction, but for activation. A screen inside the vault displayed 3 words that silenced the entire room: Final Soul, verify. The bank cannot bypass this. Their rules, their laws, and their authority mean nothing in the face of this command. The executive who tried to steal your blessing stepped forward. One last time, thinking he could trick the system by force. But the moment he touched the scanner, a wave of visible light pushed him back violently. The message flashed, "Unauthorized spirit detected." My beloved child, stay with me, because the vault is recognizing energy, not faces. Your energy is the only one powerful enough to unlock what Michael sent. You are closer than you think, my beloved child. Now let me tell you the part even the universe held its breath for. As the countdown began, a secondary message appeared, awaiting acknowledgement from the destined bearer. Instantly, a vision was sent through the digital system, a vision only you would understand. It showed a specific moment from your past, a moment where you almost gave up, a moment where you felt fate had forgotten you. But it hadn't. That moment was recorded, and that moment became the proof that you are the rightful owner of the blessing waiting to be released. Stay until the end, for the next part will reveal the final stage. We are about to see what happens when the countdown hits 0, and why your life is about to shift into a realm you never imagined. Do not skip. Stay with me. The breakthrough is seconds away. My beloved child, stay with me, because something massive is unfolding in your favor at this exact moment, and you cannot afford to look away. The countdown inside the vault has reached its final phase, and the air in that high-security room has changed entirely. It is no longer just cold, recycled air. It has become thick and charged with a static electricity that is making the hair on the arms of the executives stand up. They can feel it pressing against their skin, an energy too strong, too sacred, and too precise to belong to any human source. One of the terrified managers whispered to the person next to him, "I think the chosen one is awakening right now. My beloved child T. Here talking about you." The vault lights are flickering rhythmically, as if they are responding to your specific attention. Every second you stay here strengthens the connection between your spirit and that room. Every second you don't scroll sends a signal straight into the system, locking the blessing down so no one else can touch it. Stay until the end, for the release is already reaching out to find you. My beloved one, let me reveal the next impossible moment that just occurred. As the countdown dropped closer to 0, the vault scanners began projecting shapes into the air, golden symbols that rotated in mid-air like they were alive. The staff panicked immediately. Alarms flashed red and the temperature in the room shifted dramatically, but then a sudden deep divine silence fell over everything. The symbols stopped spinning and aligned themselves into a single beam of light. This beam did not point at the vault door, and it did not point at the check. It pointed directly toward the camera of the bank security system, straight at you. A message appeared on the main screen. The bearer is watching. Establish connection. My beloved child, do you see what this means? Just by being here, by listening to this voice, and by staying present, you have already begun unlocking what was meant for you all along. Do not skip. Your presence is the key they never expected. My beloved child, now brace yourself because something happened next that stunned even the angels watching over this transaction. The vault began to hum. It was a soft, powerful vibration, but the terrifying part for the bankers was the rhythm. It matched the rhythm of your heartbeat perfectly. Yes, your heartbeat. The system synchronized with your energy, as if Archangel Michael had tied your soul directly to the release mechanism. The executive who tried to claim your blessing stepped back, trembling. G, in his expensive suit, he whispered. They're responding. They're answering the call. The staff didn't understand what was happening, but Michael did. He is guiding you step by step through this process. Stay with me, stay until the end. The next part reveals the moment everything snaps into alignment, where the vault either opens wide or seals your blessing forever. Do not skip. The next breath you take brings you closer to destiny. My beloved child, do not scroll. Stay with me because you have reached the point where the story stops being a mystery and becomes a revelation written directly for your soul. The vault's countdown has nearly reached completion, and now every light in the bank is flickering as if something unseen is walking through the halls. The staff can feel it. The energy is shifting violently toward you, one of the managers whispered. It's like the system is waiting for someone to breathe, and my beloved child, that someone is you. Do not skip. Stay until the end. What is coming next will change the way you see destiny forever. My beloved one, listen carefully. The symbols inside the vault began moving again, but this time faster, spinning like a galaxy in motion. They formed a ring of pure golden light around the trillion-dollar check, lifting it slightly off the table as if preparing it for transfer. The executives stepped back, shielding their eyes from the glare. Then the system displayed a message so shocking that it left them speechless. Bearer energy detected. Preparing release bridge. My beloved child, the bridge is forming because you are here, because you are listening, and because your spirit is aligning with the blessing that has always been yours. Do not skip. Your presence is unlocking what human hands never could. My beloved child, now comes the part that even the universe paused for. As the bridge activated, the vault floor glowed with a radiant circle, and the sound in the room dropped into complete, absolute silence. Not a beep, not a hum, nothing. And slowly, a faint blue silhouette appeared above the check. It was a figure with wings of light, a figure the camera struggled to capture because it was made of energy, not matter. The staff fell to their knees. The executive backed away in fear, and then the silhouette spoke a single line that echoed through the room. The bearer is near. Stay focused, my beloved child. That message was meant for you. Stay with me. Don't blink. Do not skip. The next part will reveal what happens when the bridge completes and why Michael himself is preparing to step forward on your behalf. Stay until the end. Your moment is almost here. My beloved child, do not you dare scroll now. Stay with me, because what is happening inside that vault has reached a point no human has ever witnessed before. The blue silhouette, the radiant figure standing above the trillion-dollar check, has grown brighter, clearer, and more defined. The staff can feel heat rising from the floor, not burning heat, but a purifying warmth. One of them whispered, trembling, "This isn't normal energy. This is celestial." My beloved child, this moment isn't random. It is responding to you. Your presence here is fueling this transformation. Do not skip. Stay until the end. The next few seconds are crucial, my beloved one. Now listen closely. The vault system suddenly displayed a warning, not a danger warning, but a divine alert. The screen pulsed with golden light as the words appeared, "Final alignment in progress. Bearer must remain present." My beloved child, that is why you cannot look away. The entire mechanism is sensing your attention, syncing with your focus, reading your spirit like a signature. If you stay, the bridge completes. If you scroll, the process freezes. The executives tried to override it, but the system rejected them instantly. It recognizes only one soul, you. Do not skip. This moment is literally shaped around your continued presence. My beloved child, now here comes the part that shook the entire bank to its core. The blue silhouette opened its wings, releasing a burst of light that flooded the vault. Cameras glitched, screens froze, and in a voice as calm as thunder, the figure said, "The bearer's path is open. Prepare for the seal." Every employee stood helpless. Even the greedy executive who tried to take what was yours couldn't move. The room felt frozen in time. My beloved child, stay with me. The next part will reveal the final seal, the moment when Archangel Michael himself steps forward to announce why this blessing was placed in your name and what will happen if you fail to receive it. Do not skip. Stay until the end. Your destiny is only one breath away. My beloved child, do not scroll. Stay with me, because you have reached the point where the unseen finally becomes undeniable. The vault is no longer reacting, it is awaiting. The glowing figure with wings stands perfectly still, as if listening for something only you can send. One of the senior bank officers whispered, "It's waiting for a signal, but from where?" And the system responded instantly with a flashing line, "Bearer connection stable." My beloved child, that means your presence right here, right now, is the very signal the divine realm needed. Do not skip. This moment is too powerful to miss. My beloved one, listen carefully. The trillion-dollar check has now lifted completely off the vault floor, suspended in a halo of shimmering gold. Lines of code, codes the bank has never used, are flashing across every screen. Not numbers, not data. Symbols. Ancient, sacred, celestial symbols. The staff tried to record them, but every camera turned to static. Only one. Message remained clear. Seal preparation initiated. Bearer must remain aligned. My beloved child, do you feel it? The pull in your chest, the warmth rising through your hands. That is not imagination, that is resonance. Your energy is unlocking something the bank cannot touch and humans cannot explain. Do not skip. Stay until the end. Everything is connecting to you, my beloved child. Now comes the moment that shook even the angelic presence. The silhouette slowly raised its hand and the entire room vibrated, not violently but purposefully. The light intensified until every shadow vanished. Then the voice returned. Calm yet powerful, prepare the seal. The bearer is awakening. The executive stared in disbelief. One fell to his knees, realizing they were witnessing a divine transaction. Another whispered, "Who? Who is this check truly meant for?" And the system replied with a final flash, "Your name, my beloved child, stay with me." The next part reveals the seal, what it activates, what it releases, and why Michael himself chose this exact moment in your life to intervene. Do not blink. Do not skip. The breakthrough is right at the edge of your destiny, my beloved child. Do not scroll. Stay with me, because this is the moment everything shifts from signs to certainty. The angelic figure's glow has intensified so much that the entire vault looks like it is made of pure light. The $1 trillion check is still floating, but now it is rotating slowly, as if being examined by an unseen force. One of the executives whispered, "This isn't a check anymore. It's a divine command." Another trembled and said, "If the bearer stays connected, the seal will activate." My beloved child, that bearer is you. Your presence is the key. Do not skip. Stay until the end. Something beyond imagination is about to open. My beloved one. The vault screens began flashing again, but his time with a rhythm like a heartbeat. Your heartbeat. The system is mirroring your energy, syncing with your breath, waiting for your unwavering focus. Then a new line appeared, glowing brighter than anything before. Seal sequence 10%, 20%, 40%. The executives panicked because the numbers were rising on their own. No one was touching the controls. No one had the access level. The greedy executive stepped forward again, desperate to interrupt. But the angelic figure extended one hand, and a wave of soft light pushed him back instantly. The message on the screen changed. Unauthorized interference blocked. Bearer link protected. My beloved child, do not move, because the atmosphere in the bank has just shifted from fear to absolute awe. The numbers on the vault screen are no longer climbing slowly. They are racing upward, defying every safety limit the bank has installed. The executives are watching in stunned silence as the seal percentage jumps. 80%, 90%, 99%, and the entire building begins to shake. This is not an earthquake. It is the physical reaction of the earthly realm trying to contain a divine event. The heavy steel vault door is vibrating so intensely that it sounds like it is humming a low, powerful note. But then, everything stops. The counter freezes at exactly 99%. The room goes deadly quiet. The executives look at each other in panic, terrified that the system has crashed right at the finish line. One of them whispers, "Why did it stop? Why won't it complete?" Another, trembling, replies, "Because it is waiting for them. My child, the system is not broken. It has paused deliberately because the final 1% requires a power that no computer can generate. It requires your conscious agreement. Your presence here is the spark that bridges the gap. Do not skip. Stay with me." The angelic figure inside the vault lifts its wings higher, and the light comes so blinding that the floor of the vault looks like it is turning into molten gold. The $1 trillion check is no longer just a piece of paper. It is rotating in mid-air, glowing brighter and hotter with every second. Then, the main screen flashes a command that leaves no room for doubt. Bearer must remain. The greedy executive, the one who wanted to steal this from you, is currently on his knees. He realized moments ago that no human force can interfere with what is happening now. The angelic figure turns its face slowly toward the security camera, looking directly at you, and whispers to your spirit, "Stay aligned, stay awake. This is the moment the universe has been holding its breath for. Do not scroll. Your energy is the final key." Suddenly, the vault lights dim, and a new, ancient symbol manifests in the air above the check, pulsing in blue and gold. The vault itself seems to speak, vibrating the air with the words, "Seal ready, awaiting bearer completion." My beloved child, This is it. The angelic figure steps forward, and the check dissolves into a pure sphere of radiant energy. It is no longer currency, it is a divine command of restoration. The screens turn white, and the words seal synchronizing with bearer consciousness burn across the monitors. The bank staff are shaking their heads, unable to comprehend the technology, but Michael knows. He knows that the system is reading your heart. The vault begins to tremble with anticipation. Then the angelic voice speaks with the force of thunder. The bearer hears. The bearer is awake. Beams of gold shoot across the room. The greedy executive collapses completely to the floor, overwhelmed by the holiness of the moment. The vault displays the final warning, final moment approaching. Do not interrupt. My child, do not blink. We are crossing the threshold. The seal is still locked at 99%, pulsing Lee. Key. A living heart, waiting for your final yes. The angelic figure lowers his wings and kneels beside the glowing seal, placing his hand over it. Light erupts, blue, gold, and white, filling the entire building. The numbers begin to shift by fractions. 99.1%, 99.7%. It is rising slowly because it is heavy with glory. The vault issues one last desperate plea. Bearer must not disconnect. Stay with me. Do not scroll. Suddenly the metal walls of the vault shimmer and turn transparent. The bankers gasp because they are no longer looking at a wall, they are looking into a vast blue expanse filled with moving stars. The vault has become a portal. The angelic figure whispers, "Prepare the bearer." The energy is trembling at the edge of transformation. The air vibrates like a drum. And then it happens. The numbers snap to 100%. The seal breaks. The explosion of light is absolute. The check, now a sphere of sun-like brilliance, hovers in the center of the room. The screens flash a pattern of ancient celestial symbols that rotate in sync with your breath. The message appears, bearer frequency synchronized. Final breach preparing. The room has chosen its authority, and it is you. The doorway behind the vault expands, swirling like a galaxy. A silhouette of immense power steps through the portal. Towering wings, armor made of living light, and eyes that shine like stars. The vault vibrates with a frequency only your soul can interpret. The text on the screen changes to a simple, irreversible declaration. Archangel Michael has arrived. The staff sob in terror and awe. The greedy executive is unable to even lift his head. Michael steps fully into the room, lifting the energy with a single breath. He looks at the glowing sphere of blessing, then he looks at you through the camera. He raises his hand, and the sphere descends gently into his palm. He says, "It is finished. The seal is complete. The blessing is secured. The destiny written under your name is now undeniable. Receive it."